Hello guys, I want to do a mod showcase. No horse teleport, my version. So before I get into the video, I want to credit um Keltaria and Hoyscope, two people who have given me permission to upload this mod. The original mod was by Keltaria, and then my friend Hoyscope made another version that made a ton of fixes. If you guys want to see the in-depth full amount of fixes, there's too many to list, but it's on the mod page, so I'll link it in post when I get a chance. So going into my version, there's a couple things that it fixed. One is that when you change regions, so right now I'm in the Kuttenberg region. When you would go from Kuttenberg or Trotsky, the horse on the compass, like where the marker on the compass would change. So it might show correctly in one region, and then in another region it would be like completely off to the left or the right. The reason for that is because the coordinates of the map is different. Anyway, I managed to get the Lua script to detect whether you're in Kuttenberg or Trotsky. So whether you go to either region, it's going to show the horse accurately on the compass. So that's the main fix. The other fix, as you might have noticed, is the horse icons are dark, so they're gray. This was done for a couple of reasons. A, like it looks cool, and then B, it separates itself from the horse trader icon. So Hoyscope's version and Keltaria's version used the horse trader undiscovered icon, and it looked and worked fine, but when you would see a horse trader, if you were close to a horse trader, it did kind of look like it on the compass or on the map. So and B, it just looks cool. So you have the dark marker on the compass and as well as on the map, which it's hard to see just because the player marker is big. So let me just back away real quick and show you guys. So the main features of this mod, I mean, they're already in Keltaria and Hoyscopes, but I'll just do a very quick overview in case you don't know. Basically, what this mod does is take away horse teleport. So if you go a certain distance away from the horse, you can no longer call it by whistling. And it's to add realism, immersion. Also, it forces you to be on foot in a lot of situations. And what I find is by using this mod is that you end up seeing a lot of the game that you wouldn't otherwise see because you just like call your horse and then just get out of, the woods or wherever you are, just because it's so easy to, call your horse from wherever you're at. So you end up missing a lot of things and rushing through things. And this mod kind of forces you to slow down if you're one of those people who, I'm kind of like, if the game allows me to do something like fast travel or something else, I'm going to use it. But if there's mods that disable it, now I'm not fast traveling, and now I'm actually forced to go through the game and see these things, right? Another thing to note, and it disables fast travel for normal mode, but like scripted fast travel and that kind of stuff, it's not going to disable that because it's not possible. So the thing I wanted to mention is that scripted fast travel and quest related fast travel, that's all been fixed by Hoyscope. Like he did that so the horse reunites with you after those events. I did notice one thing that when I first started using this mod, I was using fast travel, and when you get stopped, like an ambush or certain events where traveler wants to merchant or whatever, sometimes it spawns the player off the horse. And I noticed that when it does do that, your horse ends up getting left behind where it was, even if you were on the horse when you started to fast travel. So you can use this mod with fast travel, but just be aware of that. I recommend disabling fast travel, and even if you're one of those people, you're like, well, I don't want to disable fast travel, I recommend trying it, for a couple hours without fast travel, see if you like it, and then if you don't like it, you could just go back. So let's show off the mod a little bit. Like I said, I just fixed the compass region thing and the gray icons added, but so you could still call the horse, right? So if I back up a little bit, you have a decent range. I actually thought about shortening it a little bit, but I think where it's at is pretty good. You can still call the horse from like a pretty far away range. I think if you get a little bit further away, if you just look at it, so I could still call the horse from a pretty good range. So it's realistic. It's not like you're not able to call the horse. It's just if you get out of a certain range, which I'll show now, the horse can't teleport. So it's realistic. And so you have to go back to your horse on foot. So I'm going to do that now. I think I'm out of the range, so I'll try whistling and see. So, okay, so I wasn't far enough away, so you still got a pretty good range of where you could call it from. But now I'm going to get, far enough away to where I can't whistle for it. And I mean that. Okay, so we're whistling for the horse, and there's the map icon. We're whistling for the horse, and it's too far away, and it can't come, so we're forced to go back on foot. So, I mean, that's mainly what this mod does, and it seems like a small thing, but when you're actually playing, it adds a lot of immersion to the gameplay, when you have to get off somewhere and go on foot, and then you end up leaving the horse behind. And then if you're let's say, so sometimes I'll have my horse follow me, like if I'm going somewhere, but so you could do that, but you also risk alerting, like let's say you sneak up on an enemy camp or something, if your horse is there and you're whistling for it, you can give yourself away. So it just adds an extra layer of immersion and realism. And then so I highly recommend this mod. I want to say for hardcore players, but I feel like even if you're just even like a normal player, that you might like this mod, because like I said, the range at which you can call it is actually still pretty good. So anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. I've
a bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy.
Special thanks to Keltaria and Hoyscope. Go check out their mods. Go show them some love. So I hope you guys like the my iteration of the mod and the fixes and little, you know, HUD icon tweaks I've made.
Aye, come here.
And you know, if you guys have any bugs or questions or suggestions, just leave them in the post on Nexus Mods. Thank you.